Gravitas Dark Matter for Apple Vision Pro, created by Rich Falat, the first eye-gaze space shooter for Apple Vision Pro, pure physics-driven fun. Remember the first time you played Asteroids? Now imagine you are the turret, your eyes are the sight, and the universe is wrapped around your living room couch. That's Gravitas Dark Matter, a title for Apple Vision Pro that combines 6 degrees of freedom, head tracking, with real physics simulation to create a sport-like shooter controlled by nothing but a pinch. Pushing extended reality interaction and physics beyond the expected. Gravitas Dark Matter challenges conventional game design for extended reality by removing the traditional reticle and controller beam. Instead, aiming is done naturally through your gaze. A simple pinch confirms your intent, while a hidden misplane makes sure every action feels meaningful, even if you miss your shot. Under the hood, a custom gravitational physics solver drives every object's motion in real time. There are no canned animations. The orbital mechanics emerge on their own, alive and unpredictable. A fully procedural 3-dimensional starfield ensures that no 2 playthroughs are ever alike. Hazards evolve dynamically, wormholes with distinct movement logic, chain-reactive supernova mines, and black holes that spawn in increasingly complex patterns. The cockpit-style heads-up display sits comfortably at arm's length. It uses visual haptics to shake and scramble in response to impacts, simulating tactile feedback without the need for physical hardware. Together, these systems create a layered gameplay loop where precision mechanics, reactive environments, and cinematic spectacle meet, showing what becomes possible when interaction design, physics, and accessibility are treated as equals. Eye pinch targeting. One of the most surprising breakthroughs in Gravitas Dark Matter is what I call eye pinch targeting. Your eyes act as the crosshair, and a quick pinch gesture fires. This method is extremely precise and requires no additional hardware. Everything runs on the built-in sensors of the Vision Pro. Unlike traditional shooters that rely on controllers or broad head movement, eye pinch targeting combines the body's natural orientation with the micro-accuracy of eye gaze. Of course, sustained off-center gaze can cause fatigue. To solve this, we developed a heads-up reticle and adaptive dampening. The head handles coarse aiming, while the eyes provide the final lock, balancing comfort with precision. In practice, this creates a control model that feels not only intuitive, but inevitable. A glimpse of how future extended reality shooters will be played. Gameplay progression and core mechanics. In Gravitas Dark Matter, your mission is to rescue rogue worlds from the pull of black holes through precise gaze-aimed timing shots. Difficulty escalates across 60 levels. Black holes multiply and expand their reach. Rogue bodies increase in number, and disruptive hazards appear. Wormholes begin as short-range teleports, then evolve into long-distance transfers, synchronized swaps, and full chaos events that scatter objects across the entire playspace. Mines clutter the field and detonate into disruptive bursts that scramble the heads-up display. Later, massive supernova mines chain react on impact, amplifying the danger. Black hole spawns shift from predictable planes to full 3-dimensional randomness, requiring constant adaptation. The result is a layered, emergent challenge that grows from simple interceptions into an intricate, visually stunning orbital battlefield. Multiverse mode. Arcade mode in Gravitas. Dark Matter is intentionally finite, 60 handcrafted levels tuned for a tight half-hour run. Multiverse mode takes the same system and transforms it into an open-ended experiment. In Multiverse, levels are grouped into galaxies of 10. Each galaxy introduces shifting parameters: gravity, body mass, mine density, wormholes, and storms. Every parameter is seeded independently, so outcomes are decoupled. Gravity may trend light, while acceleration trends heavy, producing emergent behaviors that never repeat. Where arcade mode is about pacing and mastery, multiverse mode is about persistence and exploration. Progress saves between sessions, so players can return to the last galaxy reached instead of starting over. This persistence, combined with independent randomization, reframes the game as an evolving sandbox rather than a fixed sprint. Procedural geometry. Every visible element in Gravitas dark matter is generated procedurally. This includes lasers, strut-lined multi-layered glass heads-up displays, spherical bodies, dynamic glyphs, and the living starfield. By building the world algorithmically at runtime, the game maintains visual richness and variety without heavy asset libraries. The result is a lightweight package that runs efficiently on Vision OS, yet delivers a cinematic level of polish. This approach not only supports emergent gameplay, where no two sessions look the same, but stands as a computer graphics achievement in its own right. Misfire system. In chaotic three-dimensional gameplay, players often miss their target. Normally, a miss feels random and unsatisfying. To solve this, Gravitas Dark Matter includes a misfire system that gives every action context. We do this in 3 ways. First, we attach an invisible miss plane far out in front of the player's head. If a pinch doesn't hit an active object, it still lands on this plane, so the game can provide clean feedback. Instead of nothing happening, there's always a point of impact. Second, target objects are given slightly enlarged hit radii. This makes aiming feel natural and forgiving, without turning into auto-aim. It's similar to the design philosophy behind carnival shooters. You still need accuracy, but the game supports your intent. Third, even pure misses are still data. By dividing the plane into a grid, we can record where players thought they were aiming. This can generate heat maps, guide visual effects, or simply steer particles toward the nearest grid cell. Together, these features turn misses into a part of the rhythm, not a break in it. Neon Orchestra. Sound and visuals in Gravitas Dark Matter are tied into what we call the Neon Orchestra. Instead of lights and audio being separate, the entire scene breathes with the soundtrack. Every sound frequency, bass, mids and highs, maps to different neon color classes. Mines and explosions get their own class, so they swell dramatically without overwhelming the scene. Emissive glows brighten smoothly using a fast attack, slow release filter, which avoids distracting flicker. This matters because brightness alone conveys amplitude, while color stays semantic. Metal feels metallic, gas feels gaseous, and explosions feel explosive. The result is a flicker-free, audio-reactive glow that makes the entire battlefield feel alive, but always readable. Drifter Cap. Performance is critical in extended reality, especially as levels scale. Gravitas Dark Matter includes what we call the Drifter Cap. Every object that is tallied into the score eventually drifts to the edge of the galaxy. Once too many objects accumulate, the oldest ones fade out and are quietly removed. This keeps the number of active bodies under a performance threshold, fewer than 350 even at the most intense moments. To the player, it looks like objects are drifting naturally into space. Behind the scenes, it ensures the game never slows down, even during late-level chaos. Tutorial mode. Because eye-pinch shooting is so new, we built a tutorial inside the game that introduces the mechanic before the real action begins. Players start in a smaller simulation where they can experiment with eye tracking, pinching, and gaze-directed shots. Cooldowns are introduced so explosions feel satisfying, but not overwhelming. Once players demonstrate basic comfort with the system, they're released into the full simulation. This onboarding makes the mechanic accessible to newcomers while preserving the unique feel of the interaction. Visual effects and billboards. Feedback and visual effects are powered by a system of billboards and flipbooks. Billboards are flat surfaces that always face the player's head, perfect for user interface elements or visual effects like explosions. Flipbooks are animated sequences that cycle through frames, similar to an old film reel, but tuned to run smoothly at 120 frames per second. We also use variant mines, each with its own color tint and animation atlas. By preloading these effects at startup, we eliminate hitching during gameplay. The result is consistent, responsive feedback that makes every explosion and impact feel intentional. What we learned. Through development, we discovered several key insights: full versus mixed immersion. Large starfields needed trimming in augmented reality to maintain frame rate, showing that optimization must differ between mixed and fully immersive modes. Physics as a difficulty curve. Increasing the mass of black holes scaled the challenge more efficiently than introducing new artificial intelligence routines. Gaze beats. Raycast, eye-centered lasers feel natural and require no traditional reticle, validating eye pinch targeting as a core mechanic.